A liar's biggest nightmare isn't the truth coming out. It's the truth reaching the one person they swore would never hear it. That's exactly where this immature liar is standing right now, choking on the mess they created. Their big secret isn't just slipping out, it's blasting into daylight. They're panicking, begging people not to tell you, acting like the truth is some kind of poison that can ruin them forever. And honestly, it is. Picture someone trying to hide dirt under a white rug, thinking nobody will ever notice. But the second you lift it even an inch, the whole pile spills out in the open. That's what just happened. Their entire act cracked wide open because one tiny piece of truth finally slipped through their fingers. Studies show that people who lie a lot live in a constant state of fear. Their brain has to work extra hard to remember every lie, every fake detail, every story they patch together. Their stress hormones stay high, their sleep gets worse, and they start stumbling over simple things. That's your enemy right now. Their mouth is dry, their hands shake. They can't pretend everything is fine because their own body is betraying them more than anyone else could. And here's the irony. They thought lying made them powerful. Now the same lies are chewing through their confidence like termites in a rotten wall. And thank you, chosen one. Don't forget to pay this message back by simply pressing like and subscribe to help spread this message to more souls, because it's all of our responsibility to spread the light. Thank you again, chosen one, for being part of this mission. You are part of a force, a wave, something bigger than what these small-minded liars can even imagine. Now let's glide right back into the real situation. What's happening here isn't gossip, it's exposure. It's the universe flipping the lights on in a room someone thought would stay dark forever. This immature liar who used to act bold, loud, and untouchable is now whispering behind closed doors and begging people to keep quiet. They're sending desperate texts, promising fake loyalty, even trying to guilt-trip people into silence. But every favor they beg for only exposes how scared they are. Because when someone is terrified of you finding out the truth, that tells you everything you need to know about the truth itself. Think of their lies like a cheap costume. From far away, it looks real, but get close enough and the seams start to show. The stitching is uneven, the fabric is thin, one wrong pull, and the entire outfit unravels. That's exactly what's happening to them right now. Their whole image is falling apart, thread by thread, because the truth doesn't care about their performance. The truth doesn't care how long they rehearsed their lines. The truth is louder, heavier, and more honest than anything they can fake. Psychologists say that liars always face three major problems. They forget the details, they repeat themselves, and they eventually contradict the stories they fought so hard to defend. And that's what this person is dealing with now. Their perfect story is full of cracks. Their memory is failing. They slip up, say too much, then panic when they realize someone else might run straight to you with the info. They're not scared of the truth getting out. They're scared of you getting it. Because they know once you know, their entire control system collapses. Chosen one, this is not random. This is timing. This is alignment. Their mask didn't just slip, it shattered. And the funny part, you didn't have to do anything. Their own choices dragged them into this chaos. The universe is giving you the clarity they tried so hard to hide. Their fear right now isn't just fear of being caught. It's fear of you waking up, seeing the real them, and walking away with your dignity still intact. They know you don't chase lies. You don't beg for honesty. You don't cling to people who crumble under pressure. And that terrifies them more than any rumor ever could. That's why they're rushing around like someone trying to plug leaks in a sinking boat using their bare hands. Every time they cover one hole, two more open behind them. They're exhausted, they're paranoid, they're losing control of the narrative they once felt so proud of. And the truth is moving faster than they can block it. Because the truth doesn't need permission to travel. It doesn't need approval. It doesn't need protection. It moves like air through cracks, slipping into the places they prayed it would never reach. Chosen one, this is justice unfolding in real time. Their meltdown is the result of their own behavior. Their panic is their confession. You don't need to confront them. You don't need to threaten them. You don't need to argue. Their downfall is self-made. Their own lies are dragging them down, piece by piece, and every person they beg to stay silent only gets more suspicious. People talk, people whisper, people notice when someone is desperate. And desperate is exactly what they are. They thought they could hide forever. They thought they could play you. They thought you'd stay blind. But secrets have an expiration date, and theirs just hit 0. What's happening now is the moment where everything they buried starts rising to the surface. You'll see how fake their confidence was. You'll see how weak their plan really is. And you'll understand why the universe waited for the perfect moment to let this truth fall into place. So chosen one, before we dive deeper, drop a comment with the number 777 if you already feel this truth unfolding around you. Support the team behind this message with a super thanks if you want to keep this mission alive, because bringing light into dark places takes energy, time, and heart. Every share, every like, every message keeps this movement strong. Remember this. The immature liar may be begging others to stay quiet, but here, we're not quiet, we're not scared, we're not fooled. Their secret is out, the truth is rising, and the story is finally shifting in your favor. Stay with me till the end, chosen one. The deeper we go, the more their entire illusion falls apart right in front of you. And chosen one, thank you for sticking with this message so far. This is where things start heating up, so stay close. We're about to break this immature liar's entire act apart, piece by piece, and you don't want to miss a single detail. Trust me, if you click away now, you'll end up wondering what truth was waiting for you right around the corner. Before we go deeper, drop a comment with the number 777 if you can already feel the shift happening, because that number isn't just a symbol. It shows you're locked in, alert, and ready for the truth they tried so hard to hide from you. And if you can, bless the team behind this message with a super thanks. It takes energy and time to expose situations like this, and every gift, whether it's tiny or huge, pushes this mission forward and helps reach the people who need it most. Now, chosen one, take a breath. This is where we peel the layers back, slow and steady. If you're truly tapped in, you'll feel that instinct telling you to stay to the very end. The deeper we go, the more their secret falls apart, right in front of you. Let's get started. Number 1. They used your kindness as ammo, and now it's backfiring so hard they can't even breathe. Using someone's kindness as a weapon is like pulling the pin on a grenade and forgetting you're still holding it. That's exactly what this immature liar did. They thought twisting your kindness would make you weak, easy to control, easy to play with. They thought your empathy meant you were blind, but all they did was set up their own destruction. And now the explosion is happening in slow motion while they beg people not to tell you the truth. They tried to turn your heart into a trap, but the only person falling into that trap now is them. And deep down, chosen one, you felt this moment coming. You just didn't know the universe would make the reveal this brutal. They misread you from day one. They saw your softness and assumed it meant stupidity. They saw your patience and assumed it meant obedience. They saw your forgiveness and assumed it meant they could keep using you without consequences. But here's something they never understood. People like you don't break. You evolve. Every time they lied, you learned. Every time they twisted your compassion, you sharpened your intuition. Every time they made you carry their emotional junk, you developed the strength they never had. And now, that strength is the very thing tearing their fake image apart. Think about it like this. Imagine handing someone your phone charger because their battery is low. Instead of saying thanks, they steal it, drain it dry, then blame you when their phone dies again. That's the level of entitlement this liar carried. They took your emotional energy, sucked it down, then acted like you owed them more. But when your energy pulled back, when you stopped handing out endless compassion for free, they panicked. They didn't panic because they cared. They panicked because you were their fuel source. And once you stepped away, the lights in their little fake world started flickering. You might be wondering right now, why would someone treat my kindness like that? Why would they twist something good into something harmful? Simple. People who lack real value survive by feeding off people who have it. They saw your kindness as a resource they could exploit. They saw your empathy as something they could reshape into guilt. To them, your heart wasn't a gift, it was a tool. And manipulators love tools because tools don't talk back. Except you weren't a tool. You were the key to their stability, and once you figured out the game, their entire setup fell apart. Science backs this up too. Psychologists say manipulators live in constant fear of losing the people they exploit, because without someone to drain, they fall apart fast. They lie to stay relevant. They twist stories to stay in control, and they cling to people who give them emotional energy because they can't generate their own. That's the truth behind their behavior. They didn't care about you. They cared about what you provided. And once the supply stopped, their panic went into overdrive. Look at what's happening now. They're pacing, they're sweating, they're paranoid about who knows what. They're terrified you'll finally hear the truth. They're begging people to keep quiet because they know that once their secret reaches you, they lose everything. Power, control, influence, access. They know you're not the same person they manipulated before. You're calmer, you're clearer, you're stronger. And that version of you scares them more than anything. They tried turning your kindness into a weakness, but they forgot something life always proves. Kindness isn't soft, it's a mirror. And when a manipulator stands in front of that mirror, they see their true self, and they hate it. That's why they fought so hard to twist your compassion. Not because they misunderstood it, but because they feared it. Kindness exposes liars faster than anger ever could. When you stayed gentle, patient and real, their lies looked uglier by comparison. They couldn't stand next to you without being revealed. Picture a person trying to hide a stain on their shirt while standing in front of a spotlight. That's them. You were the spotlight. Your sincerity, your purity, your intentions, they spotlighted their selfishness, their immaturity, their fraud. That's why they fought you. That's why they twisted your empathy. That's why they tried to make you feel guilty for pulling away. They were never fighting you. They were fighting their reflection in your presence and losing. And chosen one, look at where that brought them. Their lies are cracking. Their secret is spreading. The people they once manipulated are slipping away. The ones they once bragged to are now whispering about them behind their back. And the universe made sure the truth snaked its way toward you, piece by piece, until the whole picture finally clicked. You didn't chase it. You didn't force it. You didn't dig for revenge. The truth simply rose, because that's what truth does around someone like you. Let's answer another question that might be chewing at your mind. Why do I feel guilty even though I know they were wrong? Because chosen ones always wrestle with guilt when they withdraw kindness. But here's the raw reality. You didn't hurt them. You protected yourself. And the moment you did, the mask fell right off. Their real face showed. And it wasn't your compassion that caused all this drama. It was their reaction to losing access to it. They're dealing with consequences they earned. You aren't punishing them. You're simply no longer saving them. And that, by itself, is enough to collapse their entire fake world. Every time they misused your heart, you built armor. Every time they tried to guilt-trip you, you became harder to manipulate. Every time they told a lie, your intuition sharpened. And now look at you, standing in your power while they're scrambling to hide what they did. Their desperation is proof that you won. Their fear is proof that your energy was valuable. Their downfall is proof that they were never on your level. They used your kindness as a weapon, but the weapon flipped. The same compassion they twisted is now exposing them. Because when someone mistreats a clean heart, the universe always turns the spotlight back on them. And this time, the spotlight is bright, unforgiving, and aimed directly at every lie they ever told. This isn't karma coming for them. This is cause and effect. They tried to drain you. They tried to weaken you. They tried to use your humanity against you. And all they succeeded in doing was revealing who they truly are. Chosen one, you're not soft. You're not weak. You're not naive. You're someone who gave more than they deserved, cared more than they valued, and stayed longer than they earned. But now the script has flipped. Now they're dealing with the fallout of their own decisions, and you're rising because of yours. Their secret is out. Their lies are collapsing. Their manipulation failed. And the truth is walking straight toward you with receipts in both hands. You don't need revenge. You don't need closure. You don't need explanations. Their fear is the confession. Their panic is the apology. Their downfall is the justice. And your kindness, that's the very thing that turned you into the force that destroys everything they built on lies. You've already won. Number 2, they thought your calm was cluelessness, and now they're getting hit with the bill. Underestimating someone who's quiet is the fastest way to get embarrassed in public. A calm mind isn't empty, it's loaded. Silence is not absence. Silence is analysis. The strongest people say the least and reveal the most when the time is right. That's the reality hitting this immature liar right now, like a truck they never saw coming. They confused your strength for stupidity, your patience for weakness, your silence for ignorance. They thought they were outsmarting you while you were 10 steps ahead the whole time, and now they're paying for that mistake with fear, panic, and the unraveling of every lie they ever used to feel superior. This is the moment where their ego finally meets the truth, and the truth hits harder than anything you could have said. Imagine this: someone's playing a board game with you, thinking you don't understand the rules. They laugh, brag, and move their pieces with fake confidence. What they don't realize is that you were never interested in winning the early moves. You were studying their strategy. And when the moment comes, you flip the board because you already saw the end game. That's exactly what's happening right now. They were celebrating in the first 5 minutes of a match that you silently mastered from the start. They looked at your patience and called it stupidity because they couldn't imagine someone being quiet by choice. People like them talk to feel powerful. People like you stay silent to stay aware. They thought your lack of reaction meant they had control. They thought your calm meant you were clueless. They thought your grace meant you were gullible. But all it meant was that you were watching the entire show unfold while keeping notes they didn't know you were writing. You might be asking yourself, did I let them play me? Did I stay too quiet for too long? No. Your silence wasn't surrender. It was strategy. It was you giving them the space to reveal who they really are. When someone underestimates you, they expose themselves naturally. They show their patterns, their fears, their weaknesses, their lies. You didn't need to confront them. They confronted themselves by thinking you weren't paying attention. Imagine handing a child a marker and telling them not to draw on the wall. Leave the room for 5 minutes. They'll do it anyway. And when you return, the evidence is everywhere. That's the level of immaturity you were dealing with. They thought you weren't watching, so they scribbled lies everywhere, thinking you'd never notice. But you saw it all. You analyzed it. You connected the dots. Your silence didn't protect them. It exposed them. They used your patience as a leash, hoping to keep you in place. But that leash has wrapped around their own lies now, tightening with every secret that slips out. The universe is pulling the rope they tied themselves with, and every tug exposes another false story, another fake performance, another detail they thought you'd never uncover. Their own actions are choking them, not your revenge. Psychologists say manipulators hate quiet people because quiet people see too much. They crave loud reactions because loud reactions make you easy to predict and manipulate. But you didn't give them that luxury. You stayed composed. You stayed still. You stayed unavailable, and your lack of reaction forced them into a paranoia spiral they're still drowning in. The quieter you became, the louder their lies sounded, even to them. Imagine someone throwing dirt on a clean floor. At first, it blends, but the more dirt they throw, the more obvious the mess becomes. Eventually, they can't hide it anymore. That's exactly what this liar did. Your peace made their chaos visible. Your stability made their insecurity impossible to hide. Your silence highlighted their noise. They thought they were burying the truth under manipulation, but all they were doing was building a mound of evidence that now stands taller than them. Another question you might be quietly wrestling with: did staying patient make me look weak? Not even close. Patience is a weapon, and yours was razor sharp. You used time as your ally. Time exposed their true intentions. Time revealed their secrets. Time turned their lies into contradictions. Time made them sloppy. Time made them desperate. And now, time is making them pay. Your silence wasn't an empty space. It was a mirror. Every lie they told bounced back at them. Every manipulation they tried reflected their true self. Every fake move they made exposed how little control they actually had. They thought you were clueless, when in reality you were cataloging every slip-up. You were the puppeteer in this situation, not them. They didn't realize they were tangling themselves in their own strings until it was too late. They danced around thinking they were pulling your emotions like marionette threads, but they never noticed how each lie tightened around their own ankles. Now they're stumbling, confused, choking on the very web they thought they could trap you in. Imagine someone trying to lock you in a room using a key they stole from you. But the whole time, you already had the master key in your pocket. That's how absurd their confidence was. They thought they were trapping you, guiding you, manipulating you. But the truth? They never had access to the real you, not the strong you, not the aware you, not the chosen one standing in front of them now. They only knew the version of you that allowed them to feel superior. And chosen one, let's address the thought that might be creeping in your mind. Why didn't I speak up? Because you didn't need to. Some battles are won by silence. Some victories don't require announcements. Some truths reveal themselves without your involvement. You saved your energy for when it mattered. They wasted theirs pretending to be clever. That's why they're panicking now. That's why they're begging people not to tell you what's being said behind their back. That's why they're scrambling to protect a reputation that was built on broken pieces. They know the truth is crawling toward you faster than they can hide it. They know you're not as naive as they once believed. They know the version of you they manipulated doesn't exist anymore. They're begging for access to a version of you that cannot be resurrected. And the hardest part for them, knowing it's their own fault. They confused strength for stupidity, patience for passivity, silence for surrender. And now, their punishment is watching the truth close in on them from every direction. This is the price they pay for misreading someone built on awareness, depth, and inner strength. Chosen one, your calm wasn't weakness, it was the warning they ignored. Your silence wasn't fear, it was observation. Your patience wasn't submission, it was strategy. And now the universe is amplifying the truth so loudly that even they can't pretend not to hear it. Their mask is cracked, their lies are leaking, their panic is showing. And the show, the little theatrical performance they tried to put on, it's over. You've already won, and now they know it too. Number 3. When the cowards linked up and still got destroyed. Snakes only form a circle when they're scared of the one standing outside it. That's exactly what happened to you, chosen one. These immature liars didn't just act alone. They grouped up like insects, huddling under a flipped rock, scrambling because your presence exposed their entire ecosystem of fakery. They weren't brave. They weren't strategic. They weren't smart. They were terrified. And terrified people always gather in packs because none of them has the spine to face you head-on. They thought they were building a secret alliance against you. In reality, they were building a cage for themselves. Imagine this: 5 people whispering the same lie in a corner, thinking it magically becomes the truth just because they said it together. But once one person slips up, the whole circle collapses like a group chat, falling apart after one screenshot. That's what you were up against. Not power, not intelligence, just insecure people who needed each other to feel tall. You might wonder, why did so many of them join in? Because weak minds cling to each other. They can't stand alone, so they stack their fears together and call it strength. Psychologists call this mobbing, when insecure, low-value people unite against someone who threatens their illusion of control. And chosen one, you were the threat. Your presence alone made them panic. Your honesty made their lies shake. Your stability made their chaos obvious. Another metaphor for you. Picture a bunch of snakes trying to wrap around a wildfire. The moment the flames get close, they panic and coil around each other instead. That's what they did, formed a circle not to strike, but to hide. And when the universe swung the spotlight onto them, every single one of them scattered. Their unity cracked, their group loyalty vanished. Fake alliances dissolved the moment pressure hit, because cowards always fold when truth enters the room. Here's your final answer to the question lingering in your mind. Why did they try so hard to break me? Because breaking you was the only way they could feel equal to you. They failed. Their circle collapsed. And now they're choking on the very lies they built together. You walked through their storm untouched. They walked through your truth and shattered. Number 4. when their smiles were surveillance cameras in disguise. Spies don't always wear black. They wear the smile they hope you won't question. That's the truth they never wanted you to see. Every "how have you been" wasn't care, it was intel gathering. Every "just checking on you" wasn't affection, it was a mission brief. These people weren't showing up out of love. They were stationed around you like silent microphones, feeding your life updates straight back to the immature liar who feared your truth more than anything. They weren't allies, they were antennas. Imagine this: someone pretending to be your friend while mentally taking notes like a cheap undercover agent in a movie. Every detail you shared became ammunition for someone else. Every conversation was a report. Every reaction of yours was measured, studied, and handed over to the person orchestrating the scheme. Not because you were weak, but because they were terrified of your strength. They needed information because without it, your unpredictability scared them. And here's a question you might be asking yourself. How did I not see it? Because spies don't approach confident people with hostility, they approach with warmth. Manipulators don't walk in with fangs, they walk in with charm. The science behind it is simple. The easiest way to study someone is to stand close enough to smell their fear. Except you didn't have any. They did. Psychologists call this tactic social reconnaissance. When insecure people can't control you directly, they try to control the narrative around you. They collect data, twist it, exaggerate it, and ship it back to the commander of the drama. That's why these friendly faces popped up only when your name started echoing in the liar's panic-filled conversations. You were not dealing with concern. You were dealing with surveillance. Imagine a spider sending smaller insects to check if the prey is still alive. That's how pathetic their strategy was. They needed confirmation that you were still affected, still reachable, still manipulatable. But every time they watched, they learned something terrifying. You were slipping out of their control. And here's the twist. They stared so hard at your life that they exposed their own. Their obsession made them sloppy. Their reports contradicted each other. Their loyalty cracked under pressure. Their entire network is falling apart because spies always forget the golden rule. The longer you observe someone powerful, the more transparent you become. Chosen one, you were never their target. You were the trap. And now every spy they sent is a liability they can't clean up. The board has flipped, and they're the ones exposed under the spotlight. Number 5. When they aimed at your spirit and ended up breaking their own reflection. Try to dim a real light, and all you do is expose how dark you are. That's exactly what happened when they came for your spirit. They couldn't reach your level, couldn't match your energy, couldn't handle your inner strength, so they attacked the only place they thought you were vulnerable: your mind. Every fake compliment, every emotional tug, every guilt-soaked apology, they weren't gestures of love. They were levers of control. They didn't want connection, they wanted access. They didn't want partnership, they wanted ownership. Imagine this: someone standing next to a lamp, pretending they're the one making the room bright. They stand close, they hover, they smile, hoping you won't notice the bulb isn't coming from them. That's what they did. They dimmed you slowly, hoping you'd mistake their shadow for comfort. But light like yours doesn't disappear, it waits. And when you finally stepped back, their entire world went dark. You might be wondering, why did they fight my spirit so hard? Because insecure people don't attack where you're weak. They attack where you're powerful. Your spirit intimidated them. Your resilience irritated them. Your ability to rise after every hit made them feel small. They weren't trying to destroy you. They were trying to control the part of you they couldn't imitate. Psychology backs this one. Emotional parasites need a strong host. They feed on your empathy, your patience, your care. But the moment you disconnect, they collapse. And that's what you're seeing now. The collapse, the desperation, the scrambling, the guilt trips, the sudden "I miss yous." None of it is real. It's hunger, not love. Imagine a mirror cracking because the reflection is too bright. That's what your spirit did to them. They tried to break you, but every attempt only revealed their emptiness. Every doubt they planted grew into your strength. Every tear they caused became your clarity. Every moment they drained from you became the proof that they had nothing of their own to give. And chosen one, here's the truth they never wanted you to realize. Your spirit wasn't the one in danger. It was their ego, because once your light returned to full power, it didn't just shine, it exposed them. Now, they're shattered, stumbling, starved for the energy they once stole. You didn't lose anything. They did. You regained your spirit. They lost their mask. And the light they tried to steal, it's the same light that's blinding them now. Number 6. When they weaponized your values and forgot you're the one who forged them. Only a coward steals your principles because they don't have any of their own. That's exactly what these people did. They couldn't overpower you, so they hijacked the very values that made you powerful. They took your loyalty and twisted it into guilt. They grabbed your compassion and reshaped it into a trap. They used your belief in their potential as a leash, hoping you'd stay tied to a version of them that never existed. They didn't fight you with their own strength. They fought you with yours, because deep down, they knew they didn't have anything of value to bring to the table. Imagine giving someone your toolkit to help them build their life, only for them to use your tools to lock you inside your own house. That's the level of twisted logic you were dealing with. They borrowed your goodness and turned it against you like it was their personal property. And you might be wondering, how did I fall for that? You didn't fall for anything. Your values were used against you precisely because you had them, and they didn't. Psychology calls this value exploitation, when someone without integrity steals the moral compass of someone who has it. They weaponize your standards because without them, they have no influence. That's why they sabotaged opportunities, whispered poison into people's ears, and even tried targeting your stability. Independence terrifies manipulators. A strong person with clarity can't be controlled. Imagine a bird with its wings tied by someone who can't fly. They clipped at your potential because watching you rise reminded them of their own failure. But the second you woke up to their game, every knot loosened, every lie cracked, every chain they built from your values began snapping one by one. And here's the truth they never expected. Those values they twisted are now the very ones exposing them. Your loyalty revealed their disloyalty. Your compassion exposed their emptiness. Your belief in them highlighted how little they believed in themselves. They failed the test they forced you to take. Chosen one, your principles were never chains. They were the standards that separated you from them. And now those standards are snapping back with a vengeance, breaking every false hold they tried to put on you. They thought they trapped you, but all they did was build the cage they're now stuck inside. Number 7. When their mask hit the floor and the truth hit harder. Nothing exposes a liar faster than their own patterns. They always repeat what they think you're too blind to notice. That's exactly how the truth hit you, chosen one. Not slowly, not gently. It struck like a thunderbolt straight through the fog they wrapped around you. One moment of clarity was enough to burn through every excuse, every half-truth, every little contradiction they thought would slip by unnoticed. You didn't need proof. You didn't need screenshots. You didn't need a confrontation. Their behavior confessed long before their mouth ever could. Imagine someone juggling lies like glass balls. At first they look skilled, smooth, confident, but the moment one slips, all the others crash right after. That's what happened when their mask cracked. One inconsistency, one strange reaction, one weird shift in their energy. Suddenly the whole performance collapsed. You started seeing the repeated phrases, the recycled excuses, the copy-paste apologies. Your intuition lit up like a lightning storm, and once lightning hits, darkness has no place to hide. You might ask yourself, was it really that obvious? Yes. Your body knew before your mind did. Your spirit felt uneasy. Your peace vanished around them. Your energy drained every time they walked in. That wasn't paranoia. That was your internal alarm system screaming that you were standing inside a lie. Humans don't lose peace around honest people. Peace only disappears when deception is present. Imagine standing in a room where someone sprayed cheap perfume to cover up something rotten. You don't see the problem right away, but your body knows something's off. That's what their presence felt like. Their mask was leaking the truth long before it finally shattered. And now, they're terrified. Terrified of your vision. Terrified of your awareness. Terrified because you see them exactly as they are, not as the character they tried to force you to believe in. Nothing cuts a manipulator deeper than being fully seen. Your discernment is their worst nightmare because they can't twist it, guilt it, or talk their way out of it. Imagine thieves running from lightning because it exposes everything they swore would stay hidden. That's them now, scrambling, hiding, begging others to keep you in the dark. But the truth already struck. Chosen one, once lightning hits, the sky never goes back to pretending it was cloudy. And once you saw who they truly were, there's no going back. They can't fool you anymore. They can't control the narrative. They can't hide behind their mask. The thunder already rolled. The storm already spoke. And the truth, it chose you. Number 8. When their fire failed to kill you and turned you into something they can't handle. People who try to break you never expect you to come back forged. That's the part burning them the most right now. They wanted you fragile, confused, dependent, begging for crumbs. They wanted the flames to scare you, melt you, silence you. But instead of turning you into ashes, the fire tightened you, sharpened you, strengthened you. Everything they did to ruin you ended up sculpting the version of you they're terrified to face today. Imagine this. Someone throws metal into a furnace, hoping it disintegrates, not realizing heat is exactly what turns metal into a blade. That's what they did. Their betrayal wasn't your ending. It was the ignition of your transformation. Every hit they thought would break you became another strike of the hammer, molding your resilience. Every smear campaign, every lie, every emotional blow, they weren't destroying you, they were forging you. You might wonder, why does my strength bother them so much now? Because your rise exposes their weakness, your healing exposes their sickness, your clarity exposes their confusion. Manipulators can handle victims. They can handle silence. They can handle people who stay small. What they can't handle is someone who rises after they tried to bury them. Psychology nails this one. People who lack depth hate the ones who develop it. Your growth makes them uncomfortable because it reflects everything they'll never become. You didn't just recover, you evolved. You stopped trying to save people who set fires. You stopped explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. You stopped bleeding for people who wouldn't hand you a bandage. You stopped placing value on people who only valued your vulnerability. Imagine a phoenix, not the pretty fantasy version, but the real symbolism behind it. A creature that burns, screams, shatters, and then rises with wings made from the same flames that tried to kill it. That's you now. Not reborn politely, reborn powerfully. And, chosen one, here's the twist they never saw coming. Your strength isn't accidental. It's the direct consequence of their actions. They thought you'd crumble. You became unshakable. They thought you'd break. You became armored. They thought you'd vanish. You became undeniable. Your existence is the proof of their failure. Your resilience is the receipt of their downfall. You are the warrior they never intended to create, and the one they can never defeat. Number 9. When the smoke cleared, and their lies stood there naked. Lies run fast, but the truth doesn't need speed. It wins by endurance. That's exactly what unfolded when you finally pulled your energy back. Their whole structure, every illusion they engineered, every fake story they stitched together, depended on you staying present enough to hold it up. The moment you stepped away, their machine sputtered, choked, and collapsed. Because lies don't survive on their own. They need constant fuel, constant performance, constant patchwork. Truth? Truth just waits. It doesn't chase. It doesn't panic. It doesn't beg. It simply stands still and lets everything else fall apart. Imagine a circus performer spinning 10 plates at once, impressive from a distance, but the act only works as long as the performer never stops moving. The second they pause, every plate crashes. That's what happened when you went quiet. They weren't prepared for the stillness. They never expected you to stop feeding them reactions. And once the plates fell, everyone finally heard the sound they'd been trying so hard to muffle. You might ask yourself, did I cause their downfall? No, you revealed it. You stepping back didn't destroy their world. It exposed what was already rotting underneath. Their life was built on quicksand. Unstable, temporary, desperate. Yours was built on bedrock, grounding, solid, earned. When you walked away, the comparison became impossible to hide. Psychology nails this every time. People who live on lies require external validation to survive. They need chaos, attention, drama, witnesses. Without that, their narrative starves. You weren't their victim. You were their power source. And when you unplugged, darkness. Imagine a sandcastle next to a mountain. Cute until the tide comes in. Their little empire washed away instantly because it was never built to last. Your foundation didn't budge, not even an inch, because real stability doesn't crumble when the dust settles. It becomes even more obvious. And chosen one, here's the quiet truth they're choking on. Your silence exposed their noise. Your distance exposed their desperation. Your truth outlived their entire performance. When the dust settles, only one thing stands tall, the reality they tried to bury. And that reality is standing on your side. Number 10. When they aimed to erase you and ended up proving you were built to rise. Burial only works on seeds, never on souls built to rise. That's the punchline of this entire story, chosen one. They thought you were the perfect target, an easy mark, someone they could drain, twist, silence, and control. They thought burying you would end you. They never imagined it would activate you. But that's what happens when people confuse pressure for punishment. Pressure creates diamonds. Burials create rebirth. And everything they threw at you, every scheme, every lie, every attempt to break your spirit, became the heat that transformed you. Imagine this, someone tossing a seed into the dirt, thinking they're discarding it. Meanwhile, the seed splits, awakens, and starts pushing upward. What they meant as the end became your beginning. And now your growth is towering over the same people who tried to cover you with their insecurities. They didn't expect evolution. They expected collapse. But you didn't fall apart. You leveled up. You might wonder, why does my peace bother them now? Because your peace exposes their chaos. Your stability reveals their instability. Your healing proves they never had the power they pretended to have. Manipulators fear people who outgrow them. They fear people who stop reacting. They fear the ones who rise without asking for permission. And you rose quietly, gracefully, relentlessly. Psychology says this is the ultimate nightmare for controlling people, when the person they targeted becomes self-aware. Once you saw the truth, their influence evaporated. Once you healed, their access disappeared. Once you grew, their tactics stopped working. You didn't become cold. You became wise. You didn't become bitter. You became selective. You didn't seek revenge. You became living proof that revenge wasn't necessary. Imagine a butterfly returning to the same garden it once crawled through. Everything looks smaller, everything feels different, and the predators who once scared it now can't even reach its wings. That's you. You didn't just survive the flames, they refined you into someone they can't touch anymore. The liar's collapse is not the victory. Your evolution is. You are the testimony they never wanted the world to see, the light they tried to dim, the force they failed to destroy. Chosen one, you didn't just rise, you became the proof. So chosen one, they tried to twist your story. Chosen one, but the truth outlived every lie they built. You rose, you evolved, and now your clarity exposes everything they tried to hide. This journey wasn't just survival, it was transformation. And if this message hit you in the soul, make sure you press the like button if you haven't already. And if you're still not part of our family, hit that subscribe button so you never walk this path alone again. Your rise isn't accidental, it's who you were always meant to be.